Hi friends, today we're going to share with you our family favorite recipe to spice up the boring old ramen noodles and turn them into a beautiful and healthy dish that everyone loves, and everyone that has tried this has asked us for this recipe. So we're so excited today to finally share this with the world. So let's get started. So we're using 12 packs of these boring old ramen noodles that everyone has eaten when there's nothing else to eat at home. And the reason why we're using 12 is because everyone in our house loves this and loves to take them for lunch, so they make great lunchbox meals. We're using 1 can of rinsed chickpeas. Here we have 2 teaspoons of grated ginger. Here we made 2 cubes of ginger paste that we froze. And here we have 1 teaspoon of green chili peppers that we also froze. We have a separate video showing you exactly how you can make these. And we also have 3 whole chili peppers, which are optional if you want to make it more spicy. Here we have 2 teaspoons of grated garlic. So see our other video on how to make these cubes of grated garlic, of chili peppers, and grated ginger. Here we have 1 kilogram of ground beef. You could also use chicken. 2 cups of green beans cut in 1-inch pieces, 1 cup of frozen peas, and cut up bell peppers. We also have 1 large onion that we chopped, and these spices. So we have 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes, 2 teaspoons of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of cumin powder. So in a pot on medium heat, we're going to heat half a cup of vegetable oil and add in all of the onions. In a separate pot, we're going to boil water to cook the noodles. After 2 minutes, once the onions start to sweat out, we're going to add in the chili peppers, the ginger, and the garlic cubes, and just mix everything nicely together until they release their aromas and the flavors come together. We're going to saute everything for about 3 to 4 minutes until the onions turn a little bit pink. We don't want to brown them too much. And then we're going to add in all of the dry spices. So the salt, the cumin powder, the coriander powder, and the chili flakes. So just mix that all up nicely. And then we're going to add in all of the ground beef. You could also use ground chicken or whatever ground meat you like. So make sure you break it up into nice pieces. And we're going to let that cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. We want all of the water that the ground beef releases to dry up. So then once the water dries up from the ground beef, we're going to add in all of the green beans. The green beans are going to take about 10 minutes to cook, so we allow that to cook and put the lid on. In the meantime, we're going to prepare our noodles. We like to break up ours into 4 pieces. So we split up the 2 layers like this. And then we break each layer in half. And we also use all of the spices that come with the noodles. So we have exactly 12 packs of the dry spices. So about 8 to 10 minutes after, we check to see if the green beans have softened and cooked through. And then we're going to add in our peas and our canned chickpeas. So give everything a nice mix. And break up the chickpeas or the peas that are frozen. And to that we're going to add in all of the bell peppers. So we have green and red bell peppers, but you could also use the yellow one or the orange one, whatever you have in your fridge. You could also use canned corn if you like canned corn. This is a very forgiving recipe. You can add in anything that you have lying around in your kitchen or in your fridge. So we put the lid on and let everything cook on medium heat. Here our water has boiled, and then we're going to take some of that water to dissolve all of this spices that we just cut up. So just mix everything together and dissolve everything. We're going to use that once the noodles have boiled. So to the boiling water, we're going to add in all of the noodles. Make sure you only add the noodles once the water has boiled and not before, otherwise they won't cook properly and they'll become too soft. So it only takes about 1 or 2 minutes for the noodles to soften in the boiling water. Be very careful here because you don't want to overcook the noodles or they'll become too mushy and soggy, and that won't be nice. So with a fork, just push them down into the water if they're sticking out like this. And in the meantime, you can continue to stir all of the vegetables and the beef mixture. So about a minute or two later, you see that the noodles come out and they stay on the fork. Like when you do this, you can pick it up with a fork. When it does that, they are ready to strain. So here we're going to strain all of the noodles out into a strainer, into a colander, and we're going to sprinkle them with cold water from the tap so that the cooking process can stop and they don't overcook. And in the same pan, in the same pot that we cooked the noodles in, we emptied out all of the water, and we're going to butter the bottom so that the noodles don't stick. So we add all of the noodles back into that same pot, and we're also going to sprinkle all of the noodles with the spices that come with them, and we're going to nicely incorporate everything together like this so they are evenly coated with the spice mixture. And we also like to sprinkle our noodles with a little bit of olive oil. It adds a nice flavor to them, and it also helps them not be dry. And to that we add in our lovely beef and vegetables that we just cooked. So we add the vegetables in half, in 2 parts, so it's easier to mix them. So using 2 forks or 2 spoons, you can mix them like this. And then add in the rest of the vegetables on top. So in this one recipe, you have a full meal. You have the proteins, the vegetables, and the whole grain. So it's a perfect meal, and everyone loves this. And it's ready. So you can dish it out into a nice plate, and everyone is going to love this. It's so hearty, it's filling, and it's healthy. So thank you so much for watching. Please try it and let us know how good it is. Thank you so much. Stay happy, stay blessed, and have a great day, and see you next time in the next video.